All right, what's up guys? Alex here. Welcome to this video, okay? In this video, I'm going to be covering a little bit about stock investing with you, okay? We're actually going to take a case study and take a look at one particular stock and just see how it's performed over the last year and just kind of understand what would be possible or what would have been possible for you had you chosen to invest some money into this stock, okay? So this company here is called Vaxart, okay? Their ticker symbol is VXRT. If you guys want to look this up on Robinhood or up on your phone, you can read along side with me. If you want to Google the company, if you want to search, look them up on Yahoo Finance, if you want to look them up on Seeking Alpha, you can do that. But I'm just going to read through this here. Vaxart, I'm gonna just let you know this off the cuff. Vaxart is developing a coronavirus um, vaccine. Okay, and that has been discussed in some of their news articles. Let me see if I can locate some of those here. Actually, I don't see any news. Let's see if I can show more. If I show more, that might no. Let me see if I can't look that up. XRT. Oh well, there's there's some recent news. Two ultra risky coronavirus stocks that could make you filthy rich. The biggest risk for both companies is failure of their investigational coronavirus products in human trials. Right. Which companies do have the biggest potential for gains? Let's see this. COVID vaccine hopeful subleases space on Peninsula. VXRT stock price. Vaxart Inc. set to extend winning streak with its dark horse coronavirus vaccine. This is news. This is news, news, news. Two ultra risky coronavirus stocks that can make you filthy rich. Key points. One of these companies is developing a tablet form vaccine, and the first human data may be available in a few weeks. This was published today. This is news as of today, okay? The second company has an antibody treatment in phase 3, and interim data is expected in January. The biggest risk for both companies is failure of their investigational coronavirus products in human trials. As we think of coronavirus stocks, the usual suspects come to mind. Companies such as Moderna, mRNA, or Novavax, NVAX, that have brought potential products into phase 3 studies. Those stocks, which have already jumped more than 650% and 3,290% respectively this year. Jesus, I didn't even know about that. Let's take a look at this guy, Novavax. We're looking at VXRT, but we need to be looking at Novavax. Robinhood.com/stocks. Is this in my list? It should have been. Let's see, 1 year. Look at that. Add to lists. Putting that in top picks. This one, let's add this one to top picks as well. That's how you do stock research, guys. This is how you got to research your stocks, okay? So Novavax, look at that. Look at that. The beginning of the year, this stock was trading at $4 a share. We're currently, oh my God, it's currently trading at $124 a share. So it went up $120 a share. So let's say you were sitting on some money. You've saved up $4,000. Let's just say you saved up $4,000 and you bought 1,000 shares of stock. Well, guess what? That $4,000 right now is worth we're about 125 here. That $4,000 is now worth $125,000. So, I mean, you can see the power of investing, okay? In just a year's time, you took $4,000 and you turned it into now you have $125,000. I mean, imagine what you can do in another year if you pick the right stock. Okay, I mean, if you did something like that, like what's the percent gain on that? 125 minus 4. The percent change is going to be not wrong. 121 divided by 4. That's 30 times, 30 and a quarter times, okay? 30 and 1/4 times. So let's say you were more smarter, so 30.25 times. You could take $10,000 and turn that into $300,000, okay? If you really had some money and you really had, established yourself with a sizable amount of money that you have, let's say you had $250,000 and you invested it in this stock. You just turned $250,000 into $7.6 million. So, that's for those of us who know how to do intelligent stock research and make calculated and informed choices. Okay, I'm not talking about making stupid choices. Okay, I'm not talking about throwing your money away. I've already discussed in previous in previous videos how to actually mitigate your losses in the stock market via a stop loss. But this right here, I mean, you can clearly see that there is an opportunity for you to seize. I mean, and all you need to do is have some basic understanding of supply and demand in the markets. I mean, and if you knew about any of these stocks going forward, like that's because you probably don't care. You're too busy either watching soccer or watching football or drinking beer, or you're too hung up on work or your wife or your girlfriend or your sister, or I don't know, playing frisbee or something, that you haven't been looking at your stocks. You haven't been looking at stocks because it's not of either any interest to you. But I mean, I like this. I find this interesting. Like I find what companies and what human beings are up to interesting, and I think that like if you don't think that the chart is pretty, then you don't know what you don't appreciate these curves, then I don't know what. Get your head out of the gutter. All right. Look at some stocks, folks. I mean, I'm serious. Like, look at this. Like, you're talking about 30 times in your cash, for God's sakes. Like if that doesn't sound like, what do you go to work for? You go to work to make money, do you not? I mean, so do these people. The people who work at these companies, they go to work to make money. And what do you mean by make money? They create goods and services that are valuable goods and services for humanity. Okay, these companies, they do good work. So if you don't respect that, if you don't respect the dignity of that, if you don't like, I mean, look, like the market cap of this stock is $7.86 billion. That 0.86 matters because that's $860 million. Okay, the market cap stands for the combined total value of all the stock in this company. So you can properly assess that the value of this company is worth $7.8 billion to society. So it's got a lot of value to us as human beings. Anyway, let's read about Novavax. Novavax Incorporated common stock, also known as Novavax, operates a clinical stage biotechnology company which focuses on the discovery, development, and commercialization of vaccines to prevent infectious diseases. It produces vaccine candidates to respond to both known and emerging disease threats by using the proprietary recombinant nanoparticle vaccine technology. Interesting. The firm's vaccine candidates include Resvax and NanoFlu. It also develops immune-stimulating saponin-based adjuvants through its wholly owned Swedish subsidiary, Novavax AB. The company was founded in 1987 and is headquartered in Gaithersburg, Maryland. The listed name for Novavax is NVAX, is Novavax Incorporated Common Stock. Got 165 employees. HQ is in Gaithersburg, Maryland. It's been around since 1987. Okay. Let's see its volume for the last 5 years, or let's see its price action for the last 5 years. Well, look at that. So I mean, just earlier this year, if you bought Novavax, that you would have just capitalized on this giant spike in its price. You see that price action? This price action here. Look at that. And you know, we already calculated it. That's a 30. You know, from here, the $4, where we were, was it $4? Right around this time, the beginning of the year. Yeah, you just take it from the beginning of the year, it was about $4, right? Right about then, yeah. So about now, I mean, you know, we kind of missed this, the opportunity has kind of been missed. But let's see about VXRT, because they are also doing a coronavirus research. It's not as big of a company, okay? It's about 837 million. It's not nearly as big of a company, but you know, we can see a lot of information on this. 52-week high is 17.49. So we can see more of that, more information just like that. 52-week high here. 52-week low, 3.65. 52-week high, 189. So off the 52-week high, I mean, we've got about 2 times as much to go. Where's our closing price? Yeah, we've got maybe 2.5 times to go, basically. So you can 2.5 times your money. Not bad. Okay, you might not 30x your money. Okay, but that's like before you knew anything about the coronavirus, essentially. You know, the coronavirus dawned upon us in this time frame here, right at the beginning of the year. 2020. 2020 has been a wild mess with this. So you can see that there is a vaccine being generated. They're running trials on it. And I mean, you know, if any one of these companies finishes and produces a working vaccine for the coronavirus, that stock is going to shoot up like ridiculously. I mean, it's going to 10x its price. It's going to 7x its price. You know what I mean? Like practically overnight if that news is discovered. Okay, so you know, is it a bad place to put your money right now? I wouldn't say it's the worst place. You know, based on the laws of supply and demand. Okay, these companies are working on it. Give me a moment. I need to take this phone call. All right, back at it. So let's take a look at this. Vaxart. All right, last 3 months, we're seeing a gain of 63%. Okay, I mean, you know, look, this is stocks. Okay, so like if you can buy and sell whenever it is that you pretty much please. Okay, um, if you're buying and selling within the same day, that's called day trading. With Robinhood, you're not really allowed to do that unless you have $25,000 in your running account balance for the day. So just keep that in mind. Otherwise, they will scold you. Maybe worse, but you can see what happens. It's not illegal or anything. It's just like they don't allow that unless you have a certain account value. Over the last year, this stock, Vaxart, you can see here, has gone up 2,043%. 2,000%, I think is, well, I think is that 40 times? Let me calculate this. So this stock was, at the beginning of the year, you're looking at about, let's just call it 30 cents. Okay, let's just say it's 30 cents. 30 cents or like 32 cents. 31, 32 cents. All right, let's just say it's 32 cents, okay? Now it's currently $7.60. All right, so this is how you do percent change calculation. You do the current value minus the original value divided by the original value. Percent change is 22 and 3/4. Okay, 22 times 22 and 3/4 times. Okay, 22 times. It's about 23 times your money. Okay, like whatever you put into this thing. Okay, so I mean, Jesus, like that's. Let's say you put in $15,000 into this stock, and you just 22 and 75 times your money. Now you would have $340,000. I mean, there's a lot of things that you can do with that. Pay off, your house. Pay off, get a new house. I mean, depending on where you're buying it. Um, I mean, there's a lot of stuff that you can do with that. And I mean, $15,000, like most working people can save up $15,000, and if you aren't saving up that kind of money, well, then you are bad at managing your money and you are living beyond your means. Okay. Which is foolish, and you need to be able to earn more. Okay, so otherwise you're doing poor financial practice, like poor financial management practice. I mean, I know everyone wants to live lavish, but like, don't be foolish. You still need to be able to eat food. It'd be nice to have some freedom and not have to work a job that you hate either, and be able to like travel and like experience things in life. Okay, so anyway, it's really, really, really useful to be able to make money on command like this. I mean, in the stock market, like the stock market's running all the time. People are trading stocks all the time. A lot of money is being exchanged. People are buying and selling these stocks. People want these stocks. Okay, and if you know how to buy, when to buy and then when to sell your stock, you're going to make money. I mean, you're going to make a lot of money. You're going to make a lot of profit doing this. So I mean, over the last year, if you took $15,000, like I say, $15,000, you bought, and now you just decided to sell Vaxart at this quantity because that you're just ready to sell and capitalize on your gains. Well, 15,000 times 22.7. Now you took over the last year. You made how much money did you make in the last year just from your one investment? Are you guys listening? No, you're not. Um, how much money did you make? And you made $325,000. Like, and all you did is buy and sell. Like, you went beep, beep. I don't know how you got that 15 grand, but if you had the guts and the intelligence and the information to make that informed decision to buy and then sell now, well, you just made $326,000. Now you can take that money again. Let's say chop it up in two, okay? Divide by 2, or chop it up by 3, okay, to spread your interests out. Chop it up by 3. Let's say divide this by 3. Now you have $108,000 to invest in company A, B, and C, okay? And let's say those companies produce, I don't know, they earn each a modest 100 or let's say they go up in value by 25%. Well, then if you say that's about, let's see, hold on, 100. Let me take this number. Hold on. I'm going to take this number and subtract out the original investment value. So you made $27,000 in that year, and let's say you multiply that by 3 because each of those companies, let's just assume that you made 25% because you made solid choices in companies just for the year, okay, 25% in a year. And this can happen over the course of a week, a day, even in stocks, okay? So I mean, imagine like if you picked the right companies and you earned 25% in a day. That means that you could make off of those 3 different investments, or if you just put all your money into one basket, You could make this much money in a day. Okay, you guys listening? And I mean, obviously money's not everything. Okay, it certainly is not everything. But if you're able to, it's definitely a lot less consequential when you can make money like this. Using leverage. You're leveraging your money. Okay, you understand. Wealthy people know how to leverage a couple things. They know how to leverage systems and money. Okay, wealthy people know how to leverage systems and money and people sometimes. Okay, it's about leverage. You understand the leverage. It's like if you have $100,000, like you've got a lot of purchasing power. Okay, and you can use that as leverage in the stock market if you know what you're doing. Okay, so I mean, have I sold you yet on investing in stocks? If I have, go ahead. Feel free to sign up for a Robinhood account. Use the link in the description. Also, if you want to make more money, you want to make more money in a free sort of manner, check out my online course, Online Business Mastery. Okay, it's going to teach you everything you need to know about business, giving you different business models that you can take a look at. There's really a lot that you can learn and get out of Online Business Mastery. Okay, so do check that out. There are a number of different options available for you to make money using the internet, just using your laptop and computer, essentially. Okay, there are a bunch of different services that you can perform digitally as well, and we go over those inside of Online Business Mastery. So check that out. Okay, here we go. Novavax. We've seen this. This company is set to maybe blow up if they come out with a coronavirus cure. Let's see. This is as of November 26th. I've already been injected with a COVID vaccine. This is why I'm cheering for the Novavax underdog. No, I never considered it was risky. And no, of course, I'm not getting paid. I just received my second shot a few days ago, writes Pierre Briancon of volunteering for a vaccine trial in London. First question that came to my friends' minds was whether I'd really thought about the possible dangers. Two of them, more focused on worldly matters, asked whether at least I was being paid. That was a month ago, a few days before I went to London's Royal Free Hospital to have my first shot as a volunteer in the phase 3 trial of a coronavirus vaccine. Now the same friends seem to wonder whether I have chosen the right horse, but they don't venture to ask me for fear of hurting my feelings. The vaccine I'm trying is developed by Novavax, a US biotech company, and it was the second one to be tested in a late-stage trial in the UK after the one produced by the collaboration of the University of Oxford and AstraZeneca. A third one by Johnson & Johnson will soon start late-stage trials in the UK as well. But all the news in recent weeks has been on the 3 vaccines that had reached 90% efficacy or higher in their late-stage trial. No news from Novavax, which is natural because its wide-scale trial started later than the others. So the candidate I have come to consider, my vaccine, looks like it's running fourth at best. In reality, this is all silly. I just received my second shot a few days ago. The answers to all of my friends' questions are negative. No, I never considered it was risky. No, of course, I'm not getting paid. And as all the experts would tell you, it does make very much sense for Novavax and the dozens of other vaccine candidates to continue with the trials. Even if 3 other vaccines have already shown results, something that was not expected to happen so fast when the world was confronted earlier this year with the calamity of the first coronavirus wave. It's not that I want to cheer my team against all odds, as supporters stick with their football club for better and for worse. But ever since I got a phone call asking me to confirm the decision I'd made in early summer to join the register of vaccine volunteers for the NHS, the UK's health service, I have, of course, become interested not only in the vaccine, but in the fate of the US biotech that is developing it. So I know that Novavax is based in Maryland and that the smart move, silly me, would have been to buy its shares in January instead of receiving its vaccine in October. The stock is up 2,200%. since the beginning of the year. No, I didn't throw an extra zero on that. Put differently, the share price has been multiplied by 23, right? No underdog there at least, and that's for a company that is yet to put out an actual vaccine on the market. The overall reason for the lack of anxiety or fear of danger, as my friends would put it, about being inoculated with an unknown substance is that you are being accompanied most of the way by the NHS doctors and nurses who manage the trial. Everything is explained, options are offered. You can leave whenever you feel like it without having to give a reason. Test kits are distributed if case symptoms occur, and an app is there to keep a daily diary if they do. Then there's a monthly vaccine registry newsletter. Blah, 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 blah. All right. Well, that's a little bit of news on Novavax. A little bit of a story. But, yeah, if you bought this a year ago, well, you would be up 3 times on your money. 23 times. 23 times. I mean, you could take $20,000 if you're a smart investor. You are a risk taker. And like I say, you calculate these risks. Set a stop loss. Set a stop loss. It's calculated risk, but a few winners here and there will more than balance out your losses if you're using stop loss. Okay, so let's see, 23. Take $20,000 and turn it into that. And look, when you have that, so you took a $20,000 bullet, shot it, and it produced this kind of an output. So now you have a $460,000 bullet, or rather a slew of cannons that you can fire. And let's say instead, you were a smart, eccentric, and risky investor, and you instead shot a cannon or fired, and invested this much into the stock at the beginning of the year. Investing for the sake of producing these kinds of goods that are beneficial for society and beneficial for others. Okay. I rest my case. I rest my case on the amount of return on investment that you would have received on that, for doing that, for your investment. Do you see this? Do you guys not understand the power of this? Why aren't you investing in stocks? Why aren't you investing in companies doing this kind of good work? Good works. Good works. Why are you not? Well, it's either because you're silly or because you don't even understand the sorts of return of investment that is possible, or you just don't understand these companies and what they're doing, or you just don't care. You have zero interest. Well, I think I'd just consider that a bit silly, okay? It's just a bit silly for you to not take a bit of a vested interest in what other human beings are doing with their lives. I mean, you're a member of society, for God's sakes. Check out some of these stocks, mate, okay? They're doing pretty good. I mean, 23 times your money ain't so bad in a single year. And I mean, you didn't have to do anything. You're making investment income, I mean, you didn't have to do anything besides hand them some cash. Say, hey, take this. Take this. Just take it. You invest I mean, you really help these guys out. Like, within a year, man, within a year, you have $10 million. You know what you can do with that money? Well, if you're still investing and you didn't spend all your money in one place, now you've got 2 sets of, just about. Let's say you've got, 500, about, not much, something like that. Yeah, that's about it. And now you've got 2 sets of $5.2 million. You know what you can do with this? You can invest in all sorts of companies, and if you invested in the right companies, you're smart. If you understand business a bit and you're smart about your investing and you're informed about the good candidates, good options, okay, as I'm instructing and informing you to do here, let's see, let's run some scenarios. Let's say you tripled your cash value. That's not bad. You can buy what's next for you? You can buy a pirate ship with that and maybe take over a Greek island. Sounds like some fun, right? Or you can purchase and invest other stocks. You know what I mean? There's a bunch of different stuff that you can do. Get a Bugatti, okay? Rent out a club for like 24 hours, all right? there's a bunch of different stuff that you can do with that kind of cash. I mean, seriously, you know. I mean, if you're a humanitarian kind of person, why not invest in cancer research? I mean, a lot of like I've even shown different companies here where they're a stock where these companies are actually and actively doing this, and it doesn't need to be a charity. You know, it can be like it can be an investment where you keep your money, okay? But you know, they are also still able to do their work and produce cures or vaccines or you know this kind of stuff. I mean, guys, come on, you know, like be a proactive, responsible, you know, engaged and have a vested interest in what's going on in the world. You know, this is, you know, you're constantly watching the news, but you're not getting any news with regards to investing. And I mean, if you're young, like your learning curve, and if you're young and you're smart, okay, and I'm giving you guys information here. If you're young and you're smart, like there's a lot that you can do. And I mean, I wish I knew about Bitcoin, for example, back in 2010. And if I just bought some, man, that thing has gone, it's gone up, you know. Let's look at Bitcoin. Let's just see what happens. Let's just see what's happened with Bitcoin. All right, in the last 10 years. Okay. Yeah, this is saying it's gone up about 5,000%. Well, when it first originally came out in 2010, and it was trading for point point, you know, 0.0001 cent. If I even knew about it, like if you bought Bitcoin when it was worth, um, I think it was worth like when it originally came out like this much. I didn't even know about it. You know what I mean? Like I didn't even get like one of my friends told me to buy some of it in 2016, and that's when it was worth about $500 a piece. And well, if I sold one of my properties that I own, a piece of real estate that I own, and I just put all my money into Bitcoin, I would have gotten up to about now $1.9 million. So that, I would have taken $50,000 and turned that into almost $2 million. And I mean, if I had $1.9 million and I knew, I was investing in the stock market like I am now, man, you know, I could take $1 million and I can turn that $1 million into, I don't know, 10 million. And I could take that $10 million and I could take that $10 million and turn that into what? 20 million. And that $20 million, God, I sound like Dr. Evil. Take that $20 million and turn it into $100 billion. Anyway, um, yeah, you know, I mean, like, you know, why not? You know, why not? Why not? You know, if you can, why not? Like, how's that going to hurt anyone? You know, I mean, you have more money for your family. You can do pretty much whatever it is you wish, and you know, you don't have to answer to anyone. I mean, you've got currency. You know, you can trade that currency for Bitcoin, for gold, for silver, for diamonds, for rubies. Okay, you. I mean, you'll like if you know what you're doing and you can just multiply and multiply and multiply and multiply your money. Why not? I mean, like if you and you can do that with stocks because it's a percent gain. You know, like look, like I've already taken. I had $250, and you know I've turned it into 400 and some odd dollars now. Now I'm going to take that money and I'm just going to keep reinvesting. And I'm going to take money that I earned from my job, reinvest it into this, you know, reinvest into other companies out there. You know what I'm saying? Look at this. Past month, made about $200. See that? I was down as low as $200. And now we're up times two. I've doubled my money in the past month. Yeah. Now, you know, this is what happens when you don't trade with a stop loss. And also, you know, when your stocks go down, you know, this is what happens when you don't trade with stop loss. So don't do that. Okay, because I definitely had more cash right around June. But you guys can see here that there's a number of different things that you can do. Look, you got a bunch of different options here. Look at all the different stocks that are available. There are all kinds of stocks out there, guys. There are all kinds of stocks. I mean, it's up to you what it is that you choose to invest in, but I mean, these are relatively inexpensive stocks. You know, I mean, the price per share is not that high. Look at the historical price in this stock. and it's currently it's you got to look at the value of the stock, like how 6,300 employees, headquarters in France, market cap 700 million. Look at this. I mean, this company, it's shooting up in value, shooting up in value. Yet you're not buying these stocks. I'm not sure why. Really. It's because you're too busy hanging out with your friends, which is fine, but like, take a minute and seek to understand some of this stuff. Otherwise I think you're really shooting yourself in the foot. You're not investing in the economy, and other people's work and effort and expertise. It's, in my opinion, in my humble opinion, a bit foolish or silly to do that, just because you're missing out really on the produce of human effort and human labor. And I mean, you're a human being, so I mean, you should respect what other people are doing. Like other hardworking people just like yourself. They're out there doing stuff, and like this stuff here. The price action. Look, like this is October till now. Let me see, just in the last month, how much is the stock up? Double your money in a month. Double your money in a month. Okay, 100% is double. So we're looking at what? About $2 now. This thing has gone to 4, and it's just a matter of watching it and taking some risks. Like you say, hey, I like this stock. It's big, good company. I think it's undervalued. It's only $2 a share. Let's see. I put in some money, see what happens. Like put in 25,000. Good faith. Positivity. Like good faith. Like here you guys go. Go do something with this. And then look, they come back in a month later. They're like, thanks, sir. Here's $25,000 back. You just made $25,000 that month. What can you do with that? Dude, you can buy a lot of stuff with that kind of money. Or you can reinvest it. Take that money, reinvest it. Make that $50,000, reinvest it into something else, something that'll produce you, I don't know, maybe 25% of your money next month. 25% in a month, well, you just made $12,500. It's not bad, okay? 6,500. Another month, let's say you make 17%. It's $10,000. You take that money, you don't touch it. Maybe you take out some, you take out some for yourself. You take out $5,000, $7,500. Whatever it is you need to pay your bills and whatnot. Okay, your bills shouldn't be that expensive if you're living within your means, living reasonably. You don't need to live lavish. You can get a Costco gift card and buy food for your entire family for $150 a week. $200 a week max. $150 a week. It's a lot. Okay. Yeah, you guys understand what I'm saying here, right? So I mean, there's a lot of different. You have a lot of different options to make money, and getting into the stock market, you can just, like I say, the only reasons people don't do it, either because they're afraid or they lack information on it. Like they don't know which stocks. Okay, that's why you do stock research and build a list. Okay, they're afraid. They don't know how to mitigate their losses. They don't understand the law of like numbers. And Einstein said it himself. Compound interest is one of the eighth great wonders of the world. Okay, you can compound your money doing this. Like there's, what I'm saying? Like you compound your money. The more you grow your account, the more leverage that you have. You see what I'm saying? So after you're taking your money, you're putting the hard work that you put into growing your investment account is what's ultimately going to allow you to build a lot of wealth as well. Okay, and I'm saying, look, you take your job, money from your job, and you learn how to invest in assets. I mean, invest in assets. Buy stock, buy businesses. Okay, I cover how to run business and whatnot inside of my program, Online Business Mastery. So do check that out. It's a very quality program. I stand by it. Let's take a look at one of the stocks that that I'm invested in. This stock here, it has produced so far. I'm up 40% in total. Today, it went up 25% today. Okay, it went as high as 37% today. Okay, so I'm expecting that this, this stock was recommended a buy, and the potential growth on it is 1,000%. See, it's currently breaking out. I basically bought it around this price. Yeah, my average cost per share is around there. So I bought it here, and I've so far capitalized on, boom, that movement, just like that. And this is its historical action. I've currently set a limit sell to sell it at that price point right there. You can see that, $2.69. So you can sell. So I currently have 1,109 shares of the stock. That's my current position in this stock. So I already have a limit sell. This is going to execute automatically as soon as the price threshold reaches $2.69. If the price ticker, if, as you're seeing here, you're seeing these, you're seeing the stock fluctuate in price on a daily basis. You see what I'm saying? So here's today's price action here in the stock. It's going up, down, up, down, up, down, whatnot. It's moving. You see that? The current price is moving. It's going up, it's going down. As soon as it crosses the threshold of $2.69, system is automatically selling all my shares, okay? For that price, because that's what people are buying it for. So boom, sell it. Shares are going to get bought up and executed just like that, and I cash out. So I'm taking, I've spent, see this, here's the cost. Here's the cost of what I bought these stocks for, and now here's the current market value of my stock, because the price has gone up. And I anticipate that this stock, especially because it's breaking out right now, it's going to come up here and potentially, crossing my fingers, that it's going to get up to here, because then I'm going to capitalize, and I'm going to cash out about how much? About $3,000. Let's see, $3,000. If I calculate this correctly, 2.69 times that much, it's about $3,000. Okay. So I can take that money, that $3,000, and I can reinvest it into something else. Okay. And reinvest it in some other stock that might produce, times 2 my money. And I can do that again with another stock that might, 0.25 my money. And I can do that again with another stock. Maybe I make some money from my job. I put in an extra, let's say I put in an extra, I don't know, $3,500 into my investing account. Now I've got $11,000. I can take that and I can produce, I don't know, 12%. Maybe I could produce that 12% in a day, okay, or within a week. So how much money did I make? I made a little bit. I made some. It's something. Take that money and do what with it? Well, turn it over and reinvest it. Maybe I make only 5%, all right, but it's still something, okay? I can cash that money out and go, get lunch. I can go get lunch. I can have someone else, make me food. I can go, get a jacket. I can get a new pair of shoes. I can go get a haircut with that. Reward myself, okay? And then I take that money and I do what with it? I reinvest it. I reinvest it. And, oh, I got a solid winner this month. It went up 37%. And there I made some real good money. And then the next month, maybe I do the same thing. I make, 0.25. And then next month, oh, I've saved up some money from my job, and I said, I want to actually put in some good money into my investing account. This much. And then, hey, you know what? I take that money, I reinvest it, and, within a week, I make 12% because I made a good choice. Okay, maybe I go down a bit. Okay, I've been winning a lot. Maybe I lose a little bit. Maybe I lose up to minus, or let's just say I lose. So, I mean, in a week, if I make 12%, I just made about $4,000, it looks like, or $3,500 with that amount. But let's say I lose some money. I lose 8% because I set up a stop loss for every time that I buy. I set up a stop loss to sell at 8%. It reaches that threshold. Okay, well, I just lost 8%. So now I'm back here. Okay, I make, I take that money and I invest into a different stock, and I say, okay, this stock is looking promising, and the next day, maybe this week that stock goes up 0.7%. Okay, good. All right, so how much money did I make in that week? Well, if you do that, subtract it by this value, 29532. It's about $2,000 a week. I mean, that's not bad. That's pretty quality money. That's about that's $100,000 a year. Yeah. You see this, and now you have this account value here. And you could take this, if you want to take this, you put this in the right company, okay? You put this in the right company. You don't know. You don't know how much money you can make. You put this in the right spot, you can make, like in a year, let's say you can make 750%. How much is 750%? That might be about, like, let's just say it's 8 times your cash, or let's just say it's 7.5 times your cash. Now you got a bigger gun the next year. Okay, see this? It takes some time. Okay, it takes time to accrue wealth. Right? You take this, you can reinvest it. Let's say that year you're able to generate a return of 0.25, modestly. You made some decent money that year. Let's say you do the same thing next year. Oh, looks like you made about $100,000 in that account. Let's say you make a little bit more. Maybe you had a pretty good week, you had a pretty good winter in the week, and then you make 25% in a week. And I mean, it's possible that you can do that. It's possible, if you invest in the right stock and you buy it and then you sell it, okay, and you cash out on your gains. All right. Now, obviously, the taxes are going to apply to this. It's called capital gains tax. But I mean, this money minus this money, it's not bad for a week. That's very, very much not bad for a week. You got to understand, you're buying and you're selling a commodity, like a product, essentially. Like you're buying and selling a commodity, and you're selling it. You're selling the lump sum of this stuff. You're selling it out. Like, I mean, stocks are a great way to make money. Like they're a really good way to make money if you know what you're doing. They're a really good way to make money. And the thing is that people don't know what they're doing, and that's why they won't succeed with it. You know what I'm saying? So, like, people will invest emotionally. It's like, you don't know what you're doing. Like, you need to. That's the problem with stocks. It's like, if you don't know what you're doing, you're gonna end up screwing yourself over. But if you do know what you're doing, then you can make a lot of money doing this. Okay, you can make a lot of money doing this if you know what you're doing. Okay, let's say you invest in Slack, and then Slack goes up, 500% in value. Well, I think that's 5 times your money. And let's say you decided to put in like $400,000 into it. Now you got $2 million. And let's say, you're a super smart, savvy investor, and you take this $2 million and you invest in the next, I don't know, in the next technological advance. And, you just 12 times your cash, or you 24 times your cash. There you go. Now, once you're at this level, once you're at this level, you take that money and maybe divide it up by 2, 3, $48 million. Let's say you divide it by 2. I mean, you can buy businesses for this much. You can buy some serious businesses with this. And that'll just be an asset that you just, keep, and it produces money for you. And then you take that money, you can buy more stock if you want. I mean, there are lots of options for you. You know what I mean? There really are a lot of options. It's just a matter of having the desire to grow, really is it, and understanding how to do that by buying and selling stocks. By buying and selling stocks, why not focus on it? It's kind of fun. There's definitely excitement in it. There is risk in it. There's danger in it. Okay, so and there's a lot of opportunity for gain and reward. And it's a money game. It's a game of understanding business and economics. It's a game of understanding what current events are going on, especially within the company and within the greater world at large. There's a lot that you can be interested in with regards to investing in stocks, I think. Okay, you're seeing what people are doing, what people are producing. There's a dog here. This place is so noisy and annoying sometimes. People just like talking. Anyway, yeah, I just wanted to present that to you guys. You can see that there is a bunch of neat stuff that you can look into with regards to investing. And if you're looking for a place to put your money, so that way your money is growing, and you know some of the basics now. We've talked about stop losses before, previous videos. We're looking at assessing different companies, based on what would be good buys. And well, I have hopes that this will, I think that this stock will go up, because in the last year, just a year ago, this stock was at this value, and we're seeing upwards movement in its value, and it was so inexpensive, on a. And the market cap has also increased for the stock since I've bought it. It was at 24 million, and now it's increased $11 million. So the value of the company in like a week, legit, like since before Thanksgiving, and the value of this company has gone up by about the value of all outstanding shares for this company has jumped up $11 million in the past week. So I mean, that's pretty significant. It's $11 million, so some people out there who are smart investors, they are getting involved in this stuff. So, I'm looking to see, like I say, look at my average cost and look at how many shares I have. I have a significant number of shares. I've got 1,000 shares, and all I spent was about that much money on it. Instead of spending your money gambling or buying a bunch of alcohol, you can get a little bit at the ABC store if you want. Get an Irish coffee, then come and invest. Invest the rest of your money. Do you not see what I've done here? I mean, so I already currently hold this position here, and I don't think $289 is really that much to fret about. And at higher levels, you can take, you could be a little bit more extravagant. You can say 10,000, 15,000 for the stock. Yes, indeed, because I am an eccentric investor. And if I had $10,000 to invest in this, I'd probably do it right now. I would. If I had $10,000 to invest in the stock right here right now, I would do it. Even 15,000, I'd do it. I'd say, yeah, I'll bet 15,000. Okay, 15,000, the stock goes up. Let's say if I did that. Let's say if I did, and this scenario does come true. Let me erase all this. 15,000. I'm feeling good. I had a beer, feeling good. I have some extra money. This is my investing money, okay? It's not my spending money, it's my investing money. So I'm gonna invest this somewhere, okay? Happily. You can invest this, put this in the good hands of some good people, okay? I'm gonna take this money and let's see what I can do with it. Well, if I buy shares at, what's the current price of the stock? Oh, it's gone up. It's showed some good performance in the last week or month, has it not? It's gone up about 89% in the past month. I've got good faith. It's only 30. How many cents a share is it? 36 cents a share? Let's get some shares of that. Oh my God, I'm going to have 41,666 shares of the stock. That is quite the bit. Quite the bit. Let's say the stock does go and reach a former value of $2. See, in the last year, has it reached that? What's the last 5? Let's say it does get back up to this point, which it's gone to previously. Let's say it goes up to $2. $2. Well, you just took your $15,000 and turned it into $83,000. Congratulations. Congratulations. You can now take that $83,000, sell the stock, okay, at that price, take that $83,000, reinvest it somewhere else, divide it by 2 perhaps. Say, okay, I mean, this is your investing money, so what you do with it is up to you. $41,000. Let's say you make a good choice, solid company, it goes up 18%. 18% a day or in a week. This happens with all kinds of stocks when they're breaking out. 18%. Look at that. And in a week, you make 7,500. What is this? 18,000. You realize, like, things that you buy, a lot of things that you can buy, like, you don't need that much in life to be happy, folks. Like, I hear that you can actually live quite well on $75,000 a year. So if you can make $7,500 in a week, that's pretty damn good. You know? Pretty damn good. Pretty good money. You know, you're not going to drink yourself to death, hopefully not. You won't need to. Go get a six-pack, you know? Do what it is that you want. You know, be happy in life, right? But this is just one way to grow. So, hey, you know, I hope that you guys appreciate this, that you like this, that you think that this is neat or cool. Look, we got BlackBerry here. I don't know who's buying BlackBerries. Apparently the stock's going up. I don't even... Yeah, I don't know who uses BlackBerries anymore when you got the iPhone. But nonetheless, here's BlackBerry stock. Anyway, it's been a real pleasure. I hope you guys appreciate this. I'm going to go ahead and conclude this. It's been, I don't know how long I've been talking for. Let's see. I'm not going to look at the total time of this video so far, but suffice to say, I've got some editing to do, and I will be publishing this for you. You guys already see this. Thank you for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next video.